What's up, guys? After a long 6 weeks at work, finally back in town, and as usual, snow machine time. So yeah, I'm trying to do a little wheeling and dealing. I just picked this sled up in the back, and as you can tell, I haven't even taken my work bag out of my truck yet. Just got home last night, and yeah, I'm trying to work some magic and get into basically a sled that is almost ready to be set up for ice racing. And this one's close. It runs. It's in pretty good shape. It has no seat or tank on it, but you put gas in it, it fires right up. But got it pretty cheap, and because it is the green style, I have a buddy that really likes the green ones. He's wanting to trade me one of his sleds, which is a 440. This one's a 488, both fan cooleds. I'm racing fan cooled class. So I'm gonna try to work a deal with him to trade sleds, but I keep the 488 and he keeps the 440. And we'll see if we can make a deal work out, and I'll get back to you guys about potentially new sleds. So I pretty much failed at wheeling and dealing, sort of. As you can see, I still have the 488 trail in the back of my truck, and I'm keeping it. And I also bought 2 more sleds, one of which I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sell it to my friend Ellis, who you've seen in a bunch of my videos. I'm just going to sell it to him for what I have into it, or what I'm buying it for, and because I want him to come out racing with me as well in the well, they call it the IFS class. That's what I'll be racing this year, and we're all running fan cooled sleds. So super clean sport. I'm actually paying less for it than I paid for that one, even though that one's nice. It needs a seat and a tank, which ain't a big deal. I have a seat and tank for it, so I wasn't too worried about it. But and then the third one, it's beat up, but it's another sport. I'm only paying $200 for it, but I'm actually going to fix that up a little bit, and I'm going to give that to my 9-year-old nephew so he can go out and trail ride with us this year, because, well, he needs a sled and he needs to go out and ride. So that's pretty much where that is. I'll get some video on those other sleds later, but right now I'm going to go bring this in the shop. I'm going to get it cleaned up. Basic plans for it, basically, yeah, just clean it top to bottom, get it nice. I gotta pull a seat and tank off a parked sled I was sitting around. That's gonna go on here. I'm gonna put a 2-piece on it, and it's the XCR style, so it's short, low profile, be good for ice racing. And if you've been watching my videos, I have that really nice 96 XCR 600 that used to be an ice race sled. I'm actually going to pull the front suspension off that sled because it's wider, it'll be way more stable, and I'm going to run it on this 488 sled, which I think is a 38-inch or 39-inch ski stance, so it'll be wider and better. I'm going to try to see if I can run these shocks, if they're any shorter, it'll even bring it down lower. But if these won't work at all, I'm going to run the box shocks and stuff off the XCR 600. So that's kind of the plan we got going now, and we'll get back to you guys here in a little bit with some clips of other sleds when I get them picked up. Woo! What kind of stuff going on? We're going old school, and we're going racing. Alright, so here we are. We got the trail in the garage. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. Don't mind the trash. I need to do a dump run, but yeah, it's dirty everywhere, so it's gonna take some time to get this thing cleaned up and looking good. Also, one of these hood hinges is pretty bent. I need to straighten that. So the hood sits right. It's got a gap. Let's see here. See, it kind of sits kind of so far back. Gotta wiggle it to get it down. But it's got that big old gap there. I need to get it tightened up. Almost looks like it bent this one as well. So I gotta beat those straight. I'll take the hood off and go to town at them. But yeah, I feel like I probably overpaid for this. I'm actually, well, I paid $500 for this, right? Kind of expensive, but the hood's decent. The tunnel, aside from being dirty, is actually really nice. The rear suspension has a limiter strap, obviously on the front, but one on the rear suspension as well there, which I can use to basically keep the suspension compressed so it rides lower, which is what I need for ice racing. So this rear suspension will work out really good. The track is nice. I'm gonna run actual picks in it. I'm not just gonna stud it up. Run the real sharp, lightweight picks. These skis have to go. I'm not gonna run steel skis. No way. I need to talk to some of the people about the rules and see if I have to run stock type skis in the IFS class, or if I could run a set of CNAs that I already have. But yeah, other than that, I'm just gonna get to cleaning on this, and I still do have to go pick up those other 2 sleds, or I'm at least gonna pick one other sled up tonight. But for now, we're just gonna clean this up and start making a little bit of progress. So the tunnel's not perfect, but it is way cleaner than it was. I'm gonna call that good on there. I gotta wipe the snow flap off real quick. But next, I think I'm gonna tackle this issue right here. Get that fixed. Well, got that fixed. That was actually super easy. Literally, all I did was put my foot right here on the hinge and push. So that could not have gone any better. I'm happy with it. Now to clean the hood. Alright, so here we are. It's the next day. I really kind of stopped with this after cleaning the tunnel, getting the hood fixed. Cleaned the hood and stuff aside from where the windshield was. I did remove that so I can get this all cleaned up. By the way, this sled does have 4,000 miles on it. It's kind of cool because it has a tack. I know a lot of bands didn't have both. I'm kind of test fitting some seats and tanks to figure out kind of what I want to run. This, for what I'm doing, really isn't the best setup, but it's kind of what I have on hand. Really, I would like the lower profile, like XCR racer seat or something. But like I said, this is just test fitting, seeing what I have, how it'll work. This would work okay. I could probably snug this up a little bit if I remove the toolbox because the gas tank is hitting it. I don't know. I'm not really dead set on running this setup, but we're just kind of checking it out, seeing how it looks for now, kind of see how it feels. And then I also might not be in this video, but I'm planning on pulling the motor and just completely cleaning this whole thing, trying to make it actually presentable, I guess. I mean, if you're gonna be racing, people will be out there looking at your sled and stuff. At some point, you need to take this front suspension off, along with the skis. That's all gonna be getting replaced with a different setup. Maybe not the trailing arms, but the radius rods, the steering rods, sway bar, and skis. I'm gonna try to keep the trailing arms just because they are green and they or teal, whatever color that is, and it kind of matches the rest of the sled. So yeah, we're just slowly trying to make some progress and figure out what the heck I'm actually doing with this thing. But I think I will end this video there, so at least I'll get something up. You guys kind of get an idea as to what I have going, and that is building a fan-cooled race sled. Has to be fan cooled. I know people are going to say, oh, why don't you put a liquid in it? has to be fan cooled, or else I cannot run the IFS class. If I have a liquid, I would be bumped up into the IRA class, and that's where you're racing 6, 7, 800s, mod sleds. Like, yeah, not happening. Not gonna do it. I kind of have something planned for that later on, but we're not gonna talk about that right now. So, yeah, that's the sled. Let's get the build going.